and your Columbus State University Lady Cougars. Let's meet your starting lineups. First for the visitors from Flagler. A senior, number 2, Janelle Sturgeon. A freshman, number 3, Kayla Norelli. A sophomore, number 5, Tara Sabisky. A junior, number 7, Sarah Davis. A senior, number 12, Ashley Chiwa. A junior, number 14, Tasia Balmier. And a sophomore, number 15, Peyton Pillsbury. The Saints are led by head coach Matt Affleck. And now let's starting lineup for your Lady Cougars. A junior from Iowa City, Iowa, number 4, Sabrina Rogers. A senior from Sylvania, Ohio, number 7, Megan Frey. A sophomore from Ann Arbor, Michigan, number 8, Abby King. A junior from Puerto Rico, number 15, Zoemi Bueno Herrera. A senior from Birmingham, Alabama, number 17, Kylie Bobian. A senior from Columbus, number 19, Caitlin Merritt. And a senior from Columbus, number 22, Mary McCarty. The Lady Cougars are led by head coach Casey Cornett and assistants Fabio Denise and Brianna Jones. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise and gentlemen remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And welcome to the Lumpkin Center here on the campus of Columbus State University. Corey Aldis will be here with you this entire evening. We're excited for another Inter-Peach Belt Conference matchup between the Columbus State Cougars and the Flagler College Saints. The opponents, Flagler, coming into this matchup 2-0 in conference play. Overall 6-4, they sit atop the Peach Belt Conference standings with Armstrong State. Columbus State, meanwhile, a few spots back, 2-3, but coming off a victory, back-to-back sweeps over UNC Pembroke and Montevallo. Finally, great to be back here at the Lumpkin Center, as it's been a couple weeks since the Cougars have been here at home. We are set and ready to get this match underway. Starting for the Cougars, the normal 6, Rogers, Frayne, King, Pereira, Bobian, Merritt, and McCarty. Should say is starting 7. And then for Flagler, Sturgeon, Norelli, Savitsky, Davis, Chiwa, Valmir, and Pillsbury getting the nod this evening. We're excited for everyone here that's joined us, as Flagler will open up the match here at the Lumpkin Center. The Cougars, one of the best acing teams here in the conference, and starting things off for Flagler as they come up with a block to get things underway. Saints, one of the best blocking teams in the entire conference, second in the conference in blocks per set at 1.80. And that's a point of emphasis tonight in the matchup for the Cougars on the far side, and making the set there is Beaubien. Beaubien hitting just 109 in conference play so far, so it's great to see her get off to a good start and get the early kill for the Cougars. King at the service line, one of the best servers in the entire conference, and there for the kill, the early kill, someone we'll see quite often, Sarah Davis, the junior out of Akron, Ohio. She won the Peach Belt Conference Freshman of the Year 2 years ago and was a Peach Belt Conference first teamer last season. Trying to just bump that right over was McCarty. And the point will go to Flagler. A quick 3-1 start here for the Saints. Back at the service line. Rada. Pereira finds the gap. Cougars down 3-2. The Saints third in the entire conference in hitting percentage at .228. They're one of the best hitting and blocking teams here in the Peach Belt Conference. So the Cougars will have their hands full. And what an interesting matchup. You've got one of the best hitting teams in the conference against the best opposing hitting team in the entire conference. That's right, Columbus State comes into this match giving up just 116 average as far as hitting percentage goes to their opponents. That's number one in the entire Peach Belt Conference. And it's also 15th in the entire nation. So a great matchup to keep an eye out on at the net. Flagler up 4-2 early in set number one, and back at the service line is Hamilton. King, Skipper, he gets blocked at the net again. Those blocks are something to keep an eye out on, and two already early ones for the Saints. The sophomore out of Clearwater, Florida. And crushing that one right there was Beaubien for the Cougars. 5-3. Beaubien getting hot early in this one. She averages just under 2 kills a set at 1.91 and is going to pick up an ace there. Well, if there's one thing to watch, it's the Cougars at the service line. One of the best serving teams in the entire nation. They're ranked 12th overall in the nation in D2 and aces per set at just over 2. That's 2.15. Beaubien had 14 coming into this one, so she's up at 15 right now. Good dig. Beaubien again. Almost picked up her third kill. Hooks. Pereira gets a crack at it, down the line, and gets the kill. Jeremy Pereira averaging 2.57 kills per set, picks up her first of the match. We're all tied up at 5. There's Davis, and Davis picks up the side out for the Saints. Well, Davis in her last match, the 3-1 win over USC Aiken, Davis hit an incredible .633 to go along with 21 kills. Oh, and if that's not enough, she also had 2 service aces, has 6 on the season, so it's not as though she's doing everything attacking at the net. She can also serve her way for some points for the Saints. 6-6. All tied up here in set number one. Speaking of serving, Sabrina Rogers, one of the serving specialists for the Cougars, 22 aces this season. Floats that one over, sets up hooks, and another dig by Merritt. Attacking from the back line was Miller. Miller can't get the dig right there, and coming up with the kill is Chiwa. Ashley Chiwa, 7th in the program history and blocks, and this conference play. She's hitting .344 with 2.29 kills per set. Right now, Flagler on top, just 1 point, but far superior team as far as hitting percentage goes. They're hitting .571 early in this one compared to just .200 for the Cougars. And there's another one picked up for the Saints, 8-6. Well, if there ever was a matchup to see how well Columbus State would stack up as far as hitting percentage goes, this was one to keep an eye out on. This is an offense versus defense type of matchup. Back set slide for Frame. She gets blocked. And the Cougars will pick up the point, 8-7. We're early here in set number 1. Cougars 2-3 on the season in Peach Belt Conference, looking to get the even keel. Oh, what a block at the net right there. Megan Frame for the Cougars. We knotted up at 8. Frame, the program leader in blocks. And she made her presence known there at the net. Miss hit there, but a great attack from the back line coming from Hamilton. McCarty dug out. Hamilton again from deep. Easy dig for Merritt. McCarty will try the second time and off the block. Cougars have their first lead of this one, 9-8. Pereira. Another difficult service return. King trying to jump it over. She found the gap. 10-8 Cougars on a 3-0 run. 4-0 run, that is. Saints took the 8-6 lead, 4 straight from the Cougars. Pereira still back at the service line. Oh, the jump kill comes right back from Savitsky. Savitsky won the Player of the Week award in the Peach Belt Conference this past week. Her and Davis. So Flagler sweeping the Player of the Week honors. Savitsky hitting .429 in conference, but it's not that, it's her assists that she has. She's averaging 12 assists per set in conference action. McCarty punches that one over. Trying to go cross court with Sturgeon, and they're going to say it was in. Must have just missed the line cross court there. We're knotted up at 10s. King. Oh, look at the attack from the back line by Pereira. Coming down with the monster kill there. 11-10, Cougars in front. Pereira and Bodian, the early leaders for the Cougars. Pereira with 4 kills. Bodian has 2 herself. Trying to go cross court and just getting it down the line, and in play is Valmere. First time we've mentioned Tasia Valmere, the junior out of Green Cove Springs, Florida. She's averaging 3 kills a set in conference play. It's 11-11 early in set number 1. Almost an overpass there, and Saints do well. They dunk it down, 12-11. That's too long. Point for the Cougars, 12-12. So Kayla Norelli sends it far, and she leads the entire Saints team in service errors with 18 coming into this match. Sturgeon dug out by Pereira. King, reverse set. Little flipped over by Skips. She picks up the point for the Cougars. Skipper third on the team in kills with 137 last year, and she's averaging just under 2 early in this season. Great diving save right there by King. McCarty going to hit it over. Dug out by Norelli, and a miss hit there by one of the best in the entire conference, Sarah Davis. Boy, that's not a sight you'll hardly ever see. King just mishitting that one. She's averaging over 3.28 kills per set, hitting 356 overall in the season. Another great serve by King. Valmir has to keep it alive. Per set for Bodian. Cougars jumping out in front, 15-12. Kylie Bodian and Zoe Beretta Pereira leading the way. 7 kills between the two of them, and Pereira hitting 800 and Bodian 750 early in this set number 1. A miss hit there, an ace for the Cougars. They average over 2 aces per set. How about ace number 2 already here in set number 1? Timeout taken. Cougars in front, 16-12. It was a 10-8 lead for the Saints. Since then, it's been an 8-2 run for the Columbus State Cougars early here in set number 1. And this has been a focal point for Coach Casey Cornett for Columbus State, getting off to fast starts and not letting the other team grab that energy from the get-go. And that's vital, especially when you're playing here at home, to make sure that you get out to that early start and show that you do have as much, if not more, energy than your opponent. Cougars have taken set number 1 8-5 throughout the season, outscoring their opponents by a total of 50 points in set number 1. Right now up for 16-12, and overall the Cougars hitting 350 compared to 421 for Flagler. So again, the hitting percentage, it's always up there when your team is as talented as Flagler is. But right now Cougars in front as far as the scoreboard goes, up by 4. Eight assists already for Abby King. Couple of digs. King at the service line. There's Davis. Good setup for the junior Davis, and that's what Flagler needs to do as they try and creep their way back into this one. 16-13 Cougars in front, but get your best player going if you're the Saints. Parada at the service line. King sets up Skipor. Dug out by Parada, and Valmir hits it. Doesn't even cross the net. 17-13, Cougars up 4. McCarty, first time she's been back at the service line, and it's a free pass over there. But the Cougars unable to take advantage of it. They'll have a chance to attack. Pereira. Dug out by Pillsbury. Another diving stop, and it will be a free ball over to Abby King. Merritt sets up Pereira. Looks like it went too far, and it did. (17-14). Cougars up 3. Shay Hamilton, second on the team in service error. She's back at the service line. She's got 14 overall this season. No error on that one. The exact opposite. An ace for Hamilton, picking up her 5th ace this season. Cuts the lead to 2. The sophomore out of Clearwater, Florida. Another good serve, but King setting up Bodian. Great dig by King. Easy return off the hit from Miller. Skipor blocked at the net. This time they'll go Pereira. It looked like it didn't go over, and the Saints are a little confused. They wanted not going over, and Davis trying to plead her case there. It's not going to work. Cougars pick up the point, and I think the Columbus State Cougars got away with one there. That ball did not look as though Davis got a hand on the block. Kissing the tape there is Bobian, and it just gets over. Frame, Pereira, too far. 18-16, Cougars up 2. Davis back at the service line. Frame, too far. There's that back set slide that Columbus State loves to use between King and Frame, but that one went too long past the end line. Cougar lead down to 1. Pereira barely gets that one. Oh, Skipper dug out. Hooks. Pereira tries it again, blocked at the net. This time they'll go back row. Miller kisses the tape, and it gets over for the Cougar point. 19-17, Columbus State up 2, as Skipper will take a seat on the bench, and in comes Sabrina Rogers, second on the team in service aces, and she walks right back to that service line. Pereira diving for that one, and King can't hit it back over. 19-18. This has been a close one throughout this opening set here in this Peach Belt Conference matchup. This time we'll see Tara Savitsky back at the service line. There's the back set slide. Frame couldn't get enough power on that one. A lot of power coming down though from Megan Hooks as she gets it to go off the block and ties it up at 19. Well, since the Cougars passed the 10-point mark, they have not relinquished their lead. Right now it's 19-19, and it's going to be a free ball over to the Saints. Setting up Valmir, or Chihuahua that is. Pereira off the block, kept alive, and eventually hit out by the Saints. That lead will still remain for the Cougars, 2019. Hooks off the block, dug out by Merritt. McCarty just tapping that one over. They'll give it to Hooks a second time, dug out again. Frame! Found the hole in the defense and just pushed it left right into the gap. 21-19. This time reverse set, and Chihuahua was right there for the kill. 21-20, Cougars up 1. Megan Hooks, the senior out of Apex, North Carolina, back at the service line. A little bit of a miss there, and the Cougars get away with one. It looked like King almost ran into Frame, and Frame just had to punch that one over, and costly error for the Saints not being able to return that one. 22-20, Cougars up by 2. Inching our way closer to the end of set number 1, and Megan Frame will take her crack at the service line. Blocked at the net was Chua. And it's just going to be a free ball over to the Saints. This time they go cross court to Valmir, who can't get it in. 23-20. 2 more points is all that's needed for the Cougars to take set number 1. Another timeout is called here at the Lumpkin Center. Right now, leading the way for the Cougars, 4 kills for Zoimi Barreto Pereira and 3 for Kylie Beaubien. Beaubien hitting .429 early in this one. And how about Abby King? She's got 3.5 points, but she's already working on a double-double. She's got 10 assists to go along with 6 digs. As a team, Columbus State hitting 190, Flagler at 243. These two teams have met 6 times throughout their history, and Flagler is 6-0 against Columbus State. So the Cougars looking for their first ever program win against Flagler College. And what a win it would be, as Flagler currently sits atop the Peach Belt Conference. Well, Abby King, as mentioned, 10 assists already in set number 1. Abby King has had 9 straight matches with at least 30 assists. We're a 9 straight match streak. Well on our way to hit that once again. Frame and the overpass, taken down by McCarty, and they're going to give her the point. Costly error there for the Saints. Set point. The Cougars will have 4 of them. Megan Frame will do the honors. Great serve there. Reverse set, blocked at the net. Beaubien and McCarty were there. Quick set again, blocked at the net. That's a solo block for Beaubien. McCarty can't keep it alive. But staying alive are the Saints here in set number 1, 24-21. We'll have set point number 2 coming up for Columbus State. And it will be Kayla Norelli back at the service line. I mentioned she leads the team in service errors, but she also leads the team in service aces for the Saints with 15 this season. Set point number 2. Floats that one over. A little bit of a miscommunication there, and the Cougars are still going to get away with it. Another error for Flagler, and that gives set number 1 to Columbus State. 25-21. Cougars jump out to the 1-0 lead. Well, this is similar to what happened last year when these two squads matched up against each other. The Cougars took set number 1 in their second matchup, but Flagler then responded by taking the next 3 to come away with a 3-1 win. And you know, the Cougars have never won more than 1 set against Flagler. Each year it's been either Flagler 3-0 or 3-1. Right now, though, it's a whole new ball game. Cougars on top 1-0 over Flagler to start this match here at the Lumpkin Center. Make sure you head on out to the soccer pitch tomorrow. The Cougars soccer team will be in action at 3 p.m. Or come on down here to the Lumpkin Center one more time. The Cougars volleyball team will be here once again tomorrow afternoon, taking on Armstrong State. And how about that for the Cougars? As if you're not already getting a reawakening here, facing one of the best in the conference, Flagler, and their heavy hitters that they have. But then you've also got to take on the other number 1 team in the conference, Armstrong State, who's not only 2-0 in conference play, but 12-1 on the year. That match is at 2 p.m. tomorrow, and make sure you come on down here to catch the Cougars in action. That's exactly what Coach Cornett was wanting from her squad, jumping out to the early 1-set lead. And a much cleaner performance for the Cougars than some of the previous times we've seen them in opening sets. They are hitting 200 as a team. Flagler just above them at 231. And leading the way, as we've talked about, Beaubien hitting 500 in that set. She has 4 kills. And 2 aces for the Cougars As mentioned, they're one of the best serving teams in the entire nation. 2.15 aces per set. Well, we're ready for set number 2. Jeremy Barreto Pereira leading the way to transfer out of Polk State College. You know, she'll lead her team to back-to-back national championship appearances. Selected to the All-Suncoast Conference team out there, and she's really stepped up her play in conference play. Overall in the season, she's hitting better with more kills per set and more digs per set in conference play compared to the season as a whole. Cougars are 5 games deep in the conference play, so big step up here for Zoemi Barreto Pereira, and you see her there, number 15. In the backcourt, but getting the honors at the service line will be the sophomore from Ann Arbor, Abby King. So we're ready for set 2. Cougars up a set early in this match. And that's just going to be a free ball. The Cougars have a great chance here. An opportunity to take the early lead off the block, though, and unable to recover as it went off the forearm of Kylie Bobian. I think she was just trying to get out of the way there, but it nicked her forearm, and the Saints take the early lead. Norelli out of Lake Mary, Florida, won a national title with her AAU team. She's just a freshman. She's back there at the service line for the Saints. And another free ball. This time it goes the Saints' way. Can they take advantage of it? Off the block, and getting the kill is Valmir. 2-0. Yeah, Norelli has played in every match so far for Flagler. All 10 matches. She hasn't started any, but she's played in all 10. She's 8th in the entire Peach Belt Conference in digs per set at 3.88. McCarty, one of the program leaders, and kills on the jump down by Bobian. So the overpass there gives Bobian a chance to knock it down for the Cougars, and they're on the board 2-1. McCarty with the service error. McCarty picks up her 19th service error. Second on the team behind King. Cougars down 3-1. Parada at the service line for the Saints. That's set a little high for Pereira, but the overpass, and Pereira almost got the kill there. Pereira, a third time, blocked at the net. Miller going to have to attack from backcourt. Oh, Davis, what a dig there by Caitlin Merritt. And another free ball to the Saints. They decide to go Chihuahua's way, and it's kept alive. And another free ball. Boy, we've got a rally here. The back set slide doesn't quite work to Bobian. Valmir gets the kill. A long rally there, and the Saints pick up the point, jumping out to the early 3-point lead in set number 2. Valmir had a couple cracks at it there, and she gets that one to go down. The cross-court kill. Parada almost picking up the ace there, and again the Saints will have a chance to attack here. Davis. Skipper off the block. Skipper averaging 1.7 kills per set. And another point picked up for the Cougars as they climb back into this one with 2 straight. Bobian again back at the service line. Skips has 2 kills in this one. Valmir. Little off balance there, and I think Megan Frame jumped a tad bit too early on that attempted block and allows the Saints to pick up the kill and extend their lead 5-3. So Sarah Davis getting the honors there, and Davis leading the way for the Saints. She's got 5 early kills and, of course, no surprise, hitting a ridiculous 556. Hamilton, what a serve that was by the sophomore. She's going to get the ace. 6-3. Saints doubling up the Cougars in set number 2. Boy, Hamilton, a lot of pace and power on that serve, and she does it again as that one is just dipping down. Skipor gets the kill off the block. Much needed point there for Columbus State, and it's 6-4. Sabrina Rogers back at the service line. Mentioned one of the best servers in the nation. Floats that one over and kept alive. Hooks, dug out. King to Pereira, goes cross court. And an overpass, and Megan Frame picks up the kill. 6-5. Cougars down just 1 now. Megan Frame with her 4th kill of this match. Rogers again. Davis. Boy, it's tough to stop that one, even though you know it's coming. Davis goes cross court on that and adds to her hitting percentage and adds to the Saints' lead at 7-5. Davis too far. Cougar point. A service error there for the Saints. Flagler overall still out hitting the Cougars 260-210. Chihuahua almost dug out, and it is Pereira. This time they go across the hooks. Now they're going to call a lift there on the Cougars. King not happy about that call. 8-6. Back there, Savitsky. McCarty, cross court, puts it up. 8-7, Cougars down 1. Frame back at the service line for the Cougars. Chihuahua, oh, lovely little flip there from Chihuahua. She just sends it over. 9-7, Saints in front. They've held on to about a 1 to 3 point lead throughout this entire set number 2. Every time the Cougars get within 1, the Saints pick it right back up. McCarty having to set up Pereira on that one. It goes off the tape, and can the Saints get it alive in the do? King, they're being blocked at the net. Not sure that even went over the net. And that time the refs get it right with it not going over. 10-7. The senior from Apex, North Carolina, hooks at the service line. McCarty, boy, she's been going cross court often, and what a dig by the freshman Norelli. Attacking the back line, Pereira's dug out. Valmir can't get the kill. Pereira again from the back line. And again another dig. Kept it live, they're going to say it's still in play. No whistle's been blown, and the girls were all looking at each other, and now a whistle comes. Oh boy. But a late whistle comes in. Coach is not happy with that. A little confusing there. 11-7 though, the lead. Saints in front of the Cougars, and Columbus State calls a timeout. So we're in set number 2 here at the Lumpkin Center. Cougars up 1 set, hitting 188, which is just a bit below their season average. They average 192, but Flagler third in the conference in the hitting percentage coming into this one, hitting 228, and they are above that at 241, which is a little bit of a surprise, seeing as though the Cougars are one of the best in the entire nation in their opponent's hitting percentage, doing a good job at defending the net. If you can see over there, the line judges and referees all speaking with each other. That might have been an important point there that the Saints just won off the confusion. They're up 4 here in set number 2, 11-7. As mentioned, Cougars will be back in action tomorrow. Make sure you come on down here to the Lumpkin Center, taking on the other number 1 team in the Peach Belt Conference, Armstrong State. Meanwhile, Flagler will travel over to Montevallo. And they'll be playing at 2 p.m. against Montevallo. 4-point lead for the Saints. Hooks at the service line. McCarty again. Boy, she has just been targeting the freshman this entire match. She is going for that diagonal cross-court kill right at Norelli. Although Norelli has held her ground, has been able to come up with a couple of digs there. 11-8, Cougars down 3 with King back at the service line. King, the leader on the team in aces, and she's also the leader in service errors, as you see her pick one of those up. 12-8. Just the second service error for the Cougars in this one. Speaking of the freshman, Norelli, she's back there at the service line. She has 6 aces in conference play in their 2 matches that Flagler has played so far. Skipper blocked, but staying in play and picking up a 5-point lead now are the Saints. Largest lead of the night for the Saints. Here in set number 2 up 5, 13-8. Cougars got a rally. McCarty again targeting Norelli, and what a dig by Norelli. Free ball to the Cougars. King decides to hit it up to Skipper. A little bit of confusion. Cougars were out of place there, and it's now 14-8. And that's exactly what Coach Cornett is talking about. You see her talking with King. Out of position there for the Cougars, and Norelli back at the service line. King goes reverse set to Bovian. Valmir. Easy play for Pereira. This time, King goes cross court. A little bit high for McCarty. Valmir blocked at the net. Kept alive by King. And they're going to send it over for a free ball to the Saints. Quick set. Davis comes down with the kill. 15-8. Saints' largest lead at 7. Set number 2, getting away from the Cougars, which is a bit of a surprise. The Cougars, in their 13 games this season, they've won set number 2 10 out of the 13 times. They're 10-3 in set number 2. So a little bit of a surprise that they trail this one and trail it big. They get the side out, 15-9, down 6. Yeah, this has always been their best set throughout the season. Sturgeon blocked at the net, a double block there by Pereira and Bovian, 15-10. Cougars giving the Saints a little bit of a taste of their own medicine there, coming up with a huge block at the net. McCarty Valmir blocked at the net by Skipor, kept alive. Pereira off the block. Valmir a second time. Kept alive by King. Skipor was having to push it over, and it's blocked at the net by Valmir. Pereira sends over the free ball. Quick set for Davis again, and kept alive. McCarty from the back line. Free ball to the Cougars. Skipor to King to Pereira. Oh, what a rally that was for the Cougars. Lead down to 4, 15-11, and McCarty still back at the service line. Valmir rising high and firing that one down for the Saints. It was 15-8. Cougars had reeled off 3 straight, and Valmir quickly put an end to that. Back at the service line is Parada. King going reverse set to Skipor down the line, but too far, 17-11. A couple of attacking errors here for the Cougars in set number 2, and that's something they're going to have to clean up. Skipor leading the way in errors with 4, and almost an overpass there. Barely kept alive by Pereira. Tucking it underneath the block is Valmir. 18-11. It's back to a 7-point Saints lead. A timeout call for the Cougars, and Coach Cornett having a word with Skipor and Bobian. Skipor with 5 errors in this match. McCarty right behind her with 3. Overall, Flagler still hitting above 200. They're at 225, right around their season average of 228. Cougars down to 143 though, and something they'll need to pick up. Overall, 6 total blocks for Flagler compared to just 2 for the Cougars. Both of these teams tied at 2 service aces, roughly the same amount of assists. But it's the attacking errors that have been getting the Cougars here in set number 2. They've got a total of 12 attacking errors in the 2 sets, well, 1.5 that's been played so far. 18-11, Cougars trailing by 7. Coach Cornett in her 4th season, program in their 4th season of existence. And the Cougars trying to get back on track to where they were the first couple of seasons. A little bit of a rough patch last year, won 5-25. The year before that, they won 14, and their first year as a program, they won 20. So Coach Cornett has been strongly encouraged by her group of seniors, and what a group of seniors it is, leading the way for the Cougars. They've been here since the program's existence, and they'll have their first freshman to senior graduating class this year. Boy, we've called Valmir's name a lot. Her and Davis have been leading the way for the Saints. 7 kills for Davis, 6 for Valmir. Last game in the win, and speaking of Davis, as she just dunks it down there, it's 20-11 now. Saints running away with set number 2. Valmir had 17 kills in their last match against USC Aiken. 17. But Davis, not to be outdone, had 21 herself. Those two, as usual, the heavy hitters, and Davis with the attacking error there as she just tried to float it over, and it hit the tape and came right back down. So 2011 was the largest lead for the Saints here in set number 2. Cougars get a point back, 2012. Valmir decides to softly roll that one over. Pereira off the block. Valmir, second crack at it. More power, but too much power, 2013. Bobian back at the service line for the Cougars. Valmir blocked at the net. Oh, what a huge block, a double block by Skips and Frame. 20-14, 3 straight for the Cougars. Beaubien with 14 service aces this season. Valmir will try it again, and again too far. That's 3 straight times they've gone to Valmir. 2 have gone long, 1 blocked at the net. 20-15. Do they go to Valmir again? No, Davis stopped at the net. Megan Frame at Skips. Once again, 5 straight for the Cougars. 20-16, and a timeout called from Coach Affler. Oh, what a rally and a run for the Cougars. It was 20-11, and Coach Cornett called a timeout. Had a few words with her squad, and the Cougars have taken 5 straight with Beaubien back at the service line. So Valmir had 3 straight cracks at it to get a side out for the Saints. And then Davis had her shot at it, but was rejected at the net. A couple of back-to-back huge blocks for the Cougars. 3 blocks overall for Frame. 2 for Pereira. They give that one to Pereira. It was Pereira, not Skipper, that was there, although Skips does have 1 block on the evening. So the Cougars creeping their way back in the block category. They're trailing 6-4 as far as blocks go, and all of a sudden the hitting percentage has taken a nosedive for Flagler, hitting just 165 now, and again, that was what we talked about as one of the keys to this match. Offense versus defense. Cougars one of the best in the entire nation, ranked 15th overall in opponent's hitting percentage. Oh, what a serve right there, just getting over the net. They go reverse side set to Davis, and she hits it out. Another error, 20-17. So 2 attacking errors by Valmir, now an error by Davis. And now they're just going to give free ball over to the Cougars. No, Valmir can't even get it over. 2018. 4 attacking errors in the past couple of points, and Valmir is going to take a seat on the bench, and in comes Shea Hamilton. We'll see if Coach Affler is trying to spark his team by bringing in Hamilton and having Valmir take a breather. Oh, blocked at the net, and out of play. Hamilton tried to crush that one, and it was rejected by Skips and Frame. 20-19, Cougars are on an 8-0 run. Oh, just like that. Beaubien with the service error, her 11th on the season. Side out finally for the Saints. Hamilton, the heavy hitter, back there at the service line. Kisses the tape. A great recovery though by Merritt. Skips almost getting a powerful kill there. And they're going to free ball it over to Merritt. Skips a little too far for her. She's blocked at the net. Double block there by Hooks and Davis. It's 22-19, 2 straight for the Saints. Hamilton. Looks like too far, and it is. Service error, her 15th on the season. 22-20. We'll see if they bring Rogers. Yep, Rogers will be back there at the service line. 7th in Peach Belt Conference in service aces per set. Just outside the top 50 in the entire nation. Oh, almost got one there on that floater. And it's going to be a free ball, a chance for the Cougars here. Miller, or Keene, that is over to Pereira off the block. 22-21. Cougars within 1 after they trailed 20-11. This place will erupt if Rogers can pick up an ace here. And another substitution coming from Coach Affler as number 10, Sarah Shark, the freshman out of Missouri. The first time we've seen her all match. He comes in for Parada. Set number 2, Cougars up 1 set. Rogers. Quick set to Davis, cross court. Dug out by Rogers. Blocked at the net. They go back to Hooks. This time she rolls it over. King trying to get the dump set. But right there on defense were the Saints. Hooks a third time. Still can't get the kill. And some miscommunication there between Miller and Merritt. Oh, a costly error for the Cougars, and it couldn't have come at a worse time. 23-21. Saints in front in set number 2. Davis goes back to the service line. King over to Pereira, just floats it on over. 23-22. A lovely push over there by Pereira. As mentioned, in their 6 matchups between these two teams, Cougars have never won more than 1 set. Right now they're up 1 set. We're in set number 2. Hooks. Pereira came up fast on that one, a little too fast, and Hooks hit it into the back corner. Set point for the Saints. They'll have 2 of them here. And they've got Tarasevsky back at the service line. Pereira, the error from the back line. Just tried rolling it over, but couldn't even get it over the net. Cougars drop set number 2, 25-22. Well, we've got a dandy here at the Lumpkin Center. Back and forth, these two teams have gone early in this match. Cougars took set number 1, 25-21. And Flagler's responded in this set, 25-22. How about the hitting percentage? That was our key to the matchup. The Cougars defense versus the offense for the Saints. Saints hitting just 124. The Cougars are ahead of them at 128. So again, the Cougar defense coming up huge for them. And the blocks, 7 blocks for Flagler, but 5 for the Cougars. Some of the errors have been costly ones for the Cougars. They have 14 attacking errors. Flagler was well behind them, but only 1 behind them now at 13 due to the 4 straight errors that we saw there in set number 2 that allowed Columbus State to get back into it. We will take a break here at the Lumpkin Center. 1-1, we're all tied here in this Peach Belt Conference between Flagler College Saints and the Columbus State University Cougars. Welcome back here to the Lumpkin Center. Our Inter-Peach Belt Conference matchup between the Columbus State University Cougars and the Flagler College Saints. We're all tied up at 1 apiece. I'm Corey Albus, and here on Cougar Sports TV, we'll be bringing you all the action tonight, and we'll be on the soccer pitch tomorrow afternoon as well for the Cougars matchup against Lander. We've got a great one here this evening. Cougars took set number 1, 25-21, and Flagler responded, taking set number 2, 25-22. It's been close throughout. At one point, Flagler did have the largest lead of the night, 20-11 in set number 2, but the Cougars rallied, almost tied up before eventually falling victim. The overpass there, and the jump kill for McCarty. The Cougars start with the first point in set number 3. For the Cougars, albeit a little bit of a surprise, hitting better than Flagler through the first 2 sets. The reason it's a surprise is Flagler is the third best hitting team in the entire Peach Belt Conference. But the Cougars, one of the best defending teams in the entire nation, and they've done a good job at the net. First time we've seen Jania Reddick into the match for the Saints. She hits it long there, 2-0, Cougars on top. So Reddick, a lot of different changes, and Coach Alfelder has really been going to his bench to try and find the spark for the Saints. We'll see what difference Reddick will make throughout set number 3, but again, it's gone long, and no touch there, 3-0, Cougars up. Quick fast start for the Cougars here in set number 3 with Abby King back at the service line. Oh, another great serve. They try and quick set to Davis, and they're going to call a lift on Savitsky. 4-0. And not a hole you want to see yourself in to start a set, as the Saints are desperate for a side out. Can Abby King keep it rolling for the Cougars? She's first in service aces with 24. Davis off the block. Davis, no block that second time. Ricocheted up, and if you give it to Davis 2 times in quick recession, she'll do some damage with that. 4-1, Cougars still on top with Parada back at the service line. And a miscommunication there. They're saying that there is a mishit there as Bobian was bumping into King. King all by herself that line. Attacking the line there was Pereira. Oh, another mishit by Valmer. This is not her evening. Boy, she started hot in set number 1. But in set number 2, she had 3 straight mishits. Took a seat on the bench. And that was her first attack since then, and comes up with another mishit. Cougars up 5-2. Valmer again just floats it on over. Skips off the block, kept alive. Valmer goes cross court. Pereira down the line. 6-2, Cougars up by 4. We've got Amber Peony into the match as well out of Seminole, Florida for the Flagler College Saints. She's only played in 1 set in all of conference play. And she didn't even play in their win against UFC Aiken. So Affelder really digging into his bench this evening, try and find the spark. Where's it going to come from? And a service ace for Mary McCarty, just her 7th on the season. 7th service ace, 7th point for the Cougars here in set number 3, and a timeout taken by the Flagler Saints. Cougars have jumped all over the Saints here to start set number 3. Picking up their 3rd service ace this evening. Columbus State 2-3 in conference play, although they are 9-4 overall this season. Flagler tied up top the Peach Belt Conference standings at 2-0 alongside Armstrong State. Flagler 6-4 this season. They've had some tough matches, including playing number 15 ranked Palm Beach Atlantic, and they fell victim to 3-1. Already a double-double on the night for Abby King. She's got 18 assists to go along with 13 digs. And we've got a couple of girls in line for possible double-doubles. Right now, Pereira, who's been a double-double machine for the Cougars this season. She's got 8 kills tonight to go along with 7 digs. So knocking on the door is Pereira. You can't talk about double-doubles or even triple-doubles without mentioning Sarah Davis, middle hitter for the Flagler Saints. She had a triple-double her freshman season back in 2014. 16 kills, 11 blocks, and 10 digs. He's one of the best in the entire Peach Belt Conference, and the Cougars have done a decent job at containing her, and that's exactly what Coach Cornett, you're not going to stop her, but it's all about containing her and not letting her get that rhythm. And the Cougars have really taken Valmir out of her rhythm, and that's been vital here in this match, as Valmir is now hitting a negative .071 this evening. 8-2 before the service error by McCarty makes it 8-3. Davis with 9 kills and 3 blocks. She's hitting 300 this evening, which normally you may say is a great number, but to Davis, that's below her season average of 356. King arriving at the line there was Miller. There's Davis, sticking it over. This time trying to quick set Tobian, and Cougars get away with it there. This time block, 9-3, Cougars up 6. Bobian gets the kill, and Bobian gets the chance at the service line. Cross-court set, stopped at the net. Hooks can't get it over. What a rejection there for the Cougars. Quite the response for Columbus State coming out of the halftime break. Bobian too far, 10-4. That's 2 service errors in the past 4 serves for the Cougars, and those are mistakes that can and should be avoided. Davis will get a crack at it at the service line. The Peach Belt Conference first team member. Pereira dug out on the overpass, and right there is Megan Frame. You're not going to get that overpass past Megan Frame. It's about, the 3rd time that she's done that this evening. 11-4, Cougars on top. Frame's got 5 kills this evening, hitting .444. Oh, what a serve from Rogers. Having to go low that one for the Saints. King over to Pereira, down the line, kept alive. Flipping that one over is Chiwa. Now Frame, off the tape. You'll take it however you can get it. Megan Frame picks up kill number 6 on the match, hitting .500 now this evening. The overall hitting percentage high in CSU program history is Kylie Bobian. Last year, it's .652 and another rejection. Oh my goodness. 13-4. And I'm not sure you could have predicted that the Cougars would be out blocking the Saints, seeing as the Saints are one of the best, second in the conference in blocks per set. Almost an ace, but they're going to say that Hamilton got the pancake. King trying to dump kill that one, kept alive, and out of play though, sent Chiwa too long. 14-4. Cougars up 10, and that's the largest lead either team has had this evening. Oh boy, they're going to change that call there. They're going to say it was a violation there, and so 13-5, so take one off for the Cougars. And the Saints get the side out. Frame, blocked at the net. From the back line. Miller, an overpass, and trying to jump kill that, and successfully doing so was Abby King. Those overpasses have been killing the Saints this evening. 14-5, Cougars up 9, and a timeout is taken. We're in set number 3 here at the Lumpkin Center. I'm Corey Aldous here on Cougar Sports TV, our Columbus State University Lady Cougars. Trying to get to even kill in conference play. They're 2-3, currently tied for 7th. And Flagler tied for 1st alongside Armstrong State at 2-0. Hitting percentage has been the story, and it was the story coming into this one. Cougars at 170, Flagler at just .076. This is just an incredible turnaround. Flagler was hitting over 500 late in set number 1, and since then it's been an incredible downhill trend. And you've got to give credit where credit's due, and that credit is due at the front line for the Cougars at the net. Megan Frame, Andrea Skipor, Kylie Bobian, Jordan Brokafer, they've all been there coming up with huge blocks for the Cougars. And they're tied right now with Flagler at 7 blocks apiece this evening. What a turnaround it's been, and the Cougars are up 9 here, about midway through set number 3, so they've got a commanding lead, and this is the time where, when you're Coach Casey Cornett, you're telling your girls, this is when you've got them where you want them, you don't give them any breathing room. This is a time where you put an end to set number 3 and go for the kill. And they have a chance to do that here on this point. Frame blocked at the net. Off balance there. Pereira from the back court. Savitsky over the hooks. Off block. 14-6. Back to the service line. Megan hooks. King, McCarty, off the block, pancaked up, and a kick save. What an effort there by the Saints. Frame trying to flick it on over, kept alive again. This time they're going to call a lift, and the Cougars pick up the point despite a kick save. That's the first time that we've seen that here at the Lumpkin Center this season. 15-6, Cougars up 9. Frame back at the service line. First time she's been back there here in set number 3. Almost an overpass, and oh my goodness, floating through the air was Ashley Chiwa. That was mistimed, and she still came down with the kill. 15-7. Chiwa in conference play, averaging 2.29 kills per set, hitting .344. She picks up her 6th kill of the night. Back set slide, you saw that coming. Bobian was blocked at the net as the Saints saw it coming too. Right there, teaming up for the block is Davis and Hamilton. And you could see Bobian go right into that block all the way from up here. Norelli, the freshman. King, cross court, McCarty off the block. Looked like she almost split the block there of Reddick and Davis. You've got to tighten up those blocks when you're at the net. King, led off set number 3 at the service line. She's back there again, and she's going to pick up the ace. Just touching the line. Saints can't believe it. Hamilton with her hands on her head. She thought it was for sure out. Coach Alfred thought it was out too as well. No dice. Point Cougars, 17-8. Off tape, back-to-back aces for Abby King. She leads the Cougars in aces this season now with 26. Cougars up 10, rolling here in set number 3. Third time. Oh, almost. Davis rejected at the net. Oh, the Cougars have been defending Davis beautifully this evening. Another rejection, 19-9, they're up 11. Abby King still back there. Trying to dig that one out and keeping it alive is Pereira. She'll free ball it over. Looked like it was going too long, but Norelli kept it in play. Off Hamilton, and point goes for the Saints. Looked like that Pereira hit was going to go past the end line, but Norelli kept it alive, and Hamilton finished with the kill. 19-9 though, Cougars up by 10. As they look to close out set number 3. They go cross court, Hamilton. Merritt can't keep it in play. (19-10), Cougars up 9 here on the Saints. We're in set number 3, these two tied at 1 apiece. Back to service line is Parada. King, McCarty off the tape, down the line, in play. 20-9, Cougars, 20-10, Cougars up 10 here in set number 3. It's been an overall and all-around team effort for the Cougars this evening. Pereira and McCarty both with 8 kills. Frame and Bobian both with 6. Reverse set to Davis. Diving is Merritt. 20-11. Abby King leading all hitters, hitting .429. Chihuahua leading the way for Flagler at .385, followed by Savitsky at .333, and Davis all the way at .261. Just can't say enough about the performance for the Cougars in defending. One of the best in the entire Peach Belt Conference, Davis. Great double block there by the Saints. Going for the dump kill was King, but right there was Peony. Oh, they're going to call it there. 21-11. Cougars extend their lead. It's the first time we've seen Merritt back at the service line for the Cougars. The all-time program leader in digs. She's got 19 this evening and picks up the ace. That's Merritt's second ace this season. (22-11). Cougars doubling up the Saints in set number 3 and looking to get to 2-set victories for the first time against Flagler in their 6-match history. Miscommunication, another error for the Saints. This one is falling apart here for the Saints. They're going to have to recover in set number 4. Cougars up 23-11. Hamilton off the block, kept alive by Frame. Arriving from the back line, a little too fast there was Miller. Reverse set, too far over. They're going to say there was a touch. That was too far, and it didn't look like a touch there. (23-12), they give it to the Saints. Cougars have a chance to take a 2-1 set lead here, forcing a 4th set. Cougars have had back-to-back sweeps. Their last two conference matches on the road at UNC Pembroke and at Montevallo. When playing 4 sets this season, Cougars are 2-2. They've won 2 3-1 and lost 2 3-1. We're ready to get play back underway. Savitsky at the service line. The Southeast Region Freshman of the Year and Co-Peach Belt Conference Freshman of the Year last year. Also your Player of the Week this past week, as mentioned earlier. Down the line, but out of play is Pereira, 23-13. Yeah, Savitsky, what an impressive performance. She twice had 60 assists last year, including 16 double-doubles. Skips. Boy, she was coming with the hammer on that one. Just hit it a little too low. 23-14. It's 3 straight points for the Saints. Cougars have been stuck on 23. Savitsky. King goes cross court. Pereira says, let's put an end to this. And we need to put an end to this set. Cougars up 24-14. They'll have a ridiculous 10 set points coming up. See if Sabrina Rogers can do it in just one. That ball looked out. It was too long. Went too long. Cougars take set number 3, 25-14. A blowout here as they jumped out to the early lead and never looked back. Biggest gap that we've seen this entire evening as the Cougars take a second set from Flagler. The first time they've done that in their 6-match history between these two teams. And the Cougars looking for another first, a more important first. That would be a first-time win over Flagler College as they are currently 0-6 against the Saints in the 3 years that they've played so far, this being the 4th. Cougars have a huge chance to do so as they're up 2-1. Leading the way for the Cougars is Pereira with 9 kills, McCarty right behind her with 8. A double-double already for Addie King. She's got 23 assists to go along with 19 digs. Leading the way for Flagler is Sarah Davis. She does have 10 kills. And Savitsky has 26 assists. Davis, though, hitting just .261 this evening, with 2 Cougars hitting better than her. Megan Frame and Abby King. Frame at .385 and King at .375. As a team, Flagler was above 200 throughout the entire match until late in that second set, excuse me. And it's dipped down below 100. They've got it at 103 right now. Cougars hitting 150 though. And each team with 8 blocks apiece. Those were our keys going into the match, and the Cougars have done a very impressive job at keeping Davis at bay, as well as Valmir. I mean, Valmir has struggled, and a lot of that has to do with some of her own attacking errors, as she has 8 errors this evening, hitting in the negative percentage point. She took a seat on the bench in set number 3 after she came up with an error on her first attack. We'll see if Coach Affler decides to put her back out there, as the Flagler Saints just had no response, no attacks at the net, and the Cougars easily dispelling them. And it'll be interesting to see if Affler decides to go back to Valmir, because the subs just weren't getting it done as the Saints were blown out in set number 3. Hamilton, Hooks, Pioni just unable to get things going for the Saints, and Davis couldn't do it all herself. Davis a little bit below her average in kills per set. Came into this match averaging 3.28. She's got 10 so far. 2-1. Cougars on top. We'll see if they can extend that lead and come away with a 3-1 match victory. It's the pivotal set number 4 here at the Lumpkin Center on CSU TV. As usual, back at the service line is Abby King, the sophomore out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. Played outside opposite hitter last year, and she was second on the team in kills, but so great to have her back in the center position, and she's been a huge advantage for the Cougars this year, leading the way. And that's where she's most comfortable, and you can tell on the court. Tucking it inside the block was Sturgeon, though. Janelle Sturgeon finally coming down with the kill for the Saints to start set number 4. Sturgeon picking up just her 3rd kill on the evening. Norelli gets the start for the Saints at the service line. Cross court, and they're going to call a lift there. 2-0. Norelli. King leaves it for Pereira, and she arrived at the back line, but couldn't hit it over. 3-0. This is reminiscent to the Cougar start in set number 3. They jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Right now, Saints up 3-0. Cougars got to get a side out here. Barely hit over, yet it stays in play. My goodness, that's one of those where you just walked to the back of the service line and take your point. 3-1 Cougars trailing here in set number 4. McCarty attacking from backcourt, dug out by Savitsky. Way too long on that one was Bryant. Rachel Bryant, the senior from Fletcher, North Carolina, in here for the Saints. She goes long. Cougars down 1. McCarty to Norelli. Quick set for Davis. Kept alive by King. Pereira looked like that went off tape, but they're going to say off block. I think that's the second time we've seen that tonight, and oh boy, the Cougars may have caught another break. It looks like the Cougars have benefited from both of those. That sure looked like it went off tape and not off the block. Nonetheless, McCarty hits her own teammate, skips with the serve. 4-3 Saints. Back to the service line, Rachel Parada. She had 2 service aces in her last match, the win against USC Aiken. Floats that one over and picks up the ace right on cue. Her 6th service ace this season. Her 4th in conference action. Parada. This time kept alive by Miller. Skips off the block. Boy, she came with the hammer on that one. 5-4, Cougars down 1. Caitlin Merritt will be back at the service line. 5th in the Peach Belt Conference in digs per set. She's averaging 4.38 for the Cougars. She's got 19 leading the way this evening. Merritt to Skipper, too long, but it went off hands there. Flagler can't believe it again. We're all tied at 5 apiece. Cougars were down 3-0 and 4-1, and they've come back to tie this up. Merritt stays back at the service line. Low serve there, almost an overpass and rejected at the net. Trying to go on to Savitsky. That time though, picking up the kill, finding the open hole in the far corner, 6-5 Saints. Sturgeon picks up her second kill here in this set. She's got 4 overall. Hamilton, one of the best. Low cross court, skips, kept alive. Hamilton just sends it over. Merritt, the king, to Pereira. Cross court by Hooks, kept alive. King tried to hit the far corner, and she does so successfully. Six here in set number 4. Cougars up 2-1. Getting it inside the block there was Hooks, the senior from North Carolina. 7-6. Flagler takes the lead. Hooks has 5 kills on the night now. And there's Davis, the do-it-all junior out of Akron, Ohio. She had a career high last match in their win against USC Aiken, hitting .633. The Cougars have just held her in check and dominated against her hitting percentage. She's hitting just .231. And yeah, .231 is decent hitting average, but for Sarah Davis, it's well below her average. Hooks, rolling that one over. 8-7, Flagler on top. McCarty off the double block and down for a Cougar point. We're all tied up at 8. Megan Frame takes her crack back at the service line. Oh, Chihuahua just whiffing on that kill attempt. Normally so good, and that's an error we don't see often from Chihuahua. A rare error, and a service error to follow it up by Megan Frame. 9-9. Chihuahua hitting .344 in conference play. She's been something else to watch when she attacks the net. It's as though she just floats up there. We've seen a couple of mishit balls to her that she's still come down with. Oh, McCarty just picking out the far corner. What a heads-up play. She saw Flagler out of position there as they were scrambling after the block went low, and McCarty just pinpointed it to the far side corner. 10-9, Cougars take the lead here in set number 4. King. Oh, almost picking up the ace there. Cougars will have a chance at this one. They go to McCarty, rising and firing. No chance at stopping that one, 11-9. King, another great serve, almost went over. And look at Chihuahua again. Just stabbed that one over. Lift there. Saints point, 11-10. Great play by the senior Ashley Chihuahua. Norelli back at the service line. got 6 aces in conference play. Pereira arriving. Far side, it's kept alive. McCarty down the line, gets it to go. She went around the block there from Bryant. 12-10, Cougars up by 2. And she now walks on back to the service line. On the far side was Bryant. Kept alive. McCarty arrives. Overpass. Out of play. 13-10. McCarty does it again. And a timeout taken by the Saints. Coach Alfredo looking for anything and everything to try and keep his girls in this one. Cougars going for the kill. They're up 3 in set number 4 with a 2-1 lead. McCarty leading the way for the Cougars this evening. 14 kills tonight. Joemi Barreto Pereira right behind her with 10, and the only double digit in kills for Flagler is Sarah Davis with 10, and she's been at 10 this entire set. Hasn't picked one up this entire set. Well, we talk about it time and time again, the hitting percentage, and we're going to keep going back to it. 200 for the Cougars. Flagler only at 112, and this has been an advantage for the Cougars this entire season. One of their biggest strengths. They're 15th in the entire nation in opponent's hitting percentage, allowing a hitting percentage of just .116, which means Flagler is actually under their hitting percentage, and that's a bit of a surprise considering how strong their hitting team Flagler is. The Saints are 3rd in the entire Peach Belt Conference, normally hitting .228, and then you have someone like Sarah Davis who hits .544 in conference play. You'd expect a lot higher. Credit the Cougar defense at the net. They're up 3 here in set number 4. Big kill there for Sturgeon. Boy, she's come alive here in set number 4. That's her 3rd kill this set. (13-11), Cougars only up 2. Parada walks on back to the service line. She's got a sister who's a junior at Butler University. So the athletic genes running their family. Sister at the D1 level, playing volleyball, and a great kill there by Pereira extends the lead to 3. Caitlin Merritt back at the service line. King to Pereira. Oh, what a dig by Norelli. A diving save there. Sturgeon. Oh, is that her 4th kill this set? It is. That's in play. Oh, it's not. We're going to say it's out. And going over there is Savitsky to have a word with the referee. My goodness, from my angle, it looked as though it may have nicked that far corner line. But out of play, Cougar point, 15-11. They've got a 4-point lead. Keep the momentum going if you're Columbus State. Sturgeon. King, way too far on that attempted dump kill. She saw the opening in the far corner and just sent it a little too far. Was a bit aggressive on that one, 15-12. Shay Hamilton, sophomore from Clearwater, Florida, back at the line. Got 14 service errors this season, but keeps that one in play. Pereira. Oh man, what a night for Pereira and McCarty. Those two girls have got it going on for the Cougars. Pereira picks up kill number 12. McCarty ahead of her by 2. Rogers, that float serve. Might have been another pass, and it is right there. Pereira and Frame. See you later, 17-12. Frame has been gobbling those up all night long. Savitsky, the hooks. Rolls it over, kept alive by Pereira. And Davis, oh, what a dig by Miller from the backcourt. Pereira keeps it alive. Do they go back to Davis? No. Hooks! Almost another diving save there by Miller. Coach Cornett applauding her effort. 17-13, Cougars up 4. Davis at the service line. Oh, the overpass, but kept alive thanks to the heads-up block by King. Another one, but that goes out of play for the Saints point. 17-14. Megan Frame currently hitting .400 this evening. She's got 7 kills. Low set there for Pereira. Chiwa floating and picking up the point, 17-15. Saints creeping back into this one. Cougars were up 5-4. That lead cut in half. Davis still back there. Kept alive by Rogers. They go cross court to Pereira. That's kill number 13. Zoe Beretta Pereira averaging 3.16 kills per set in conference play. And she's trying to add to that this evening. Hooks. What a dig there by Rogers. McCarty. Oh, another magnificent dig. King, quick set, Frame. No one back there, and it's kept in play. Cougar point. Just touching the line, and Coach Alfredo can't believe it. (19-15), Cougars up 4. Not caught off guard there, and Abby Keith tries to do the same thing on 2. But it goes out of play too long, 19-16. Both of these setters trying to catch one another off guard. Cougars up 3 in set number 4. They're up 2-1. Back at the line was Savitsky. McCarty, easily dug out. They go cross court to Hooks. Almost saved by Merritt. Unable to get low enough. 19-17. Cougar lead once again cut in half down to 2. And it's Savitsky back at the service line. Oh, they're going to call a lift. A lift called on King, 19-18. This is the closest that the Saints have been in a long time. They've cut the lead to 1. Savitsky still back there for Flagler. McCarty, oh, what a dig there by Hooks. Chiwa blocked at the net. Hooks kept alive. McCarty off block. Hooks dug out by Pereira. McCarty cross court kill. Oh, she's had that all night. Mary McCarty, the senior hero from here in Columbus, Georgia, coming up with the well-timed kill. 2018, she's got 15 on the night. McCarty again. That time it looked like it went off her hand there and out of play. 2019. A miss hit there for McCarty. Otherwise, she's been magnificent this evening. She's hitting .306. Megan Frame at .438. Back to service line is Hooks. King goes back to McCarty. Feed the hot hand. Oh, Mary McCarty have an evening. Picks up kill number 16. (21-19), Cougars up 2, and one of the best on the team, Abby King, walks back to the service line. She's got 24 service aces, barely kept alive by Norelli. Off King's hand, but Pereira chases it down, and Merritt will free ball it over. Saints reset. They go across court trying to hit Sturgeon, blocked at the net. This time a reverse set. Bryant is blocked at the net, but out of play. 21-20. Back comes Davis. And she's there to protect the net. Norelli back at the service line. Davis with 4 total blocks this evening. This time Davis runs into her own teammate Bryant. Davis for the kill. 21-21. Saints finally tie up set number 4, and this is one the Cougars cannot let slip away. Coach Cornett calls a timeout. Columbus State up 2-1, and they're trying to finish up here in set number 4. Mary McCarty been leading the way for Columbus State. She's got 16 kills. She's hitting .316. She's also got 1 ace. Zuemi Barreto Pereira, second in line with 13 kills. Well, on with 13 digs, she's got the double-double. Also with the double-double is Abby King, 20 digs, 11 assists. And then the top hitter for the Cougars is Megan Frame, hitting .438, go along with 8 kills. It's been a block party, though, for the Cougars. Megan Frame really leading the way. 5 blocks this evening. She's the program leader in blocks, rightfully so. She also has the single match high in blocks. It was a 5-set match against Lander 3 years ago. Came up with 10 blocks. So she's got 6 this evening. That ties her for 3rd best in program history. One more would put her tied at 2nd with herself. Right now, Cougars have other things on their mind, and that's coming away with a set victory, and they're going to call a lift on the Cougars, 22-21. Tough break there for Columbus State. Could prove to be a costly error. Saints finally retake the lead here in set number 4. They go cross court to McCarty. Ooh, what a dig there by Norelli. Easy return off the hit from Bryant. Pereira arrives from the backcourt. Keeping that one alive is McCarty. King, again from the backcourt. Pereira out of position for the Saints. And Zoemi Barreto Pereira takes advantage. Kill number 14 this evening. 22-22. We're all tied up in set number 4. McCarty gets the honors. Oh, what a nice serve. Barely kept alive. Sturgeon. Merritt setting up McCarty, was just going to push it over. Was late arriving on that one, and that ball goes out. Cougar point, 23-22. Too far for Bryant. And a timeout taken by Coach Appleter of Flagler. So the Cougars fell behind by 22-21, but they've rolled off back-to-back points to reclaim the 1-point lead, 23-22. $16 kills for McCarty, 14 for Pereira. Davis has 11 for Flagler. What a huge victory this would be for the Cougars, not just their first victory over Flagler in program history, and this their 7th try. But this is a vital turning point here for the Cougars as we're nearing about the halfway point in their season, but early on still in Peach Belt Conference play. But if they have a chance to knock off the current leader in the Peach Belt Conference as they face the other current leader tomorrow, I mean, these are chances the Cougars have to take advantage of here at home at the Lumpkin Center. And what a big opportunity they have, just 2 points away from closing the door on this one, and they would improve to 3-3 in conference play on the season. Right now, 9-4 overall in the season, looking for that 10th win. We're back out of the timeout. 23-22, Columbus State up 1 and up 2-1. McCarty at that service line. Oh, almost picked up an ace there. Barely kept alive by Shark. King sets up Pereira. Low set there. Sturgeon picks up her 4th kill of set number 4. She has been on fire for the Saints and a big catalyst for Flagler being inside this set number 4. 23 all. Abby King now 10 straight matches where she's passed 30 assists. She's got 36 this evening. King assisting Pereira, blocked at the net. Great double block there. Davis was a part of that. Just hitting it over the block with skips. Davis tried to one-time that one. Pereira over the block and picks up the kill. Match point coming up for Columbus State. 24-23. They'll have just one of them. And Caitlin Merritt's going to get the honors. The senior from right here in Columbus, Georgia. Davis. Oh, Merritt barely keeping it alive. They're going to give it to Flagler there. 24 all. We're going to extras. Keep in mind, you got to win by 2. It's normally the first to 25, but when it's tied at 24-24, it's win by 2. So no set or match point for either team here. Sturgeon. It's been a huge catalyst for the Saints here in set number 4. She's at the service line. She comes up with the dig there. Davis is set up. King trying to pinpoint that one to the far corner, and Sturgeon saves them. Pereira. Sturgeon can't find that one. Oh, it's out of play. Thought Pereira hit that one down the line, and it just goes out, and a timeout is called by the Cougars. Backs up against the door. This one has been back and forth throughout this 4th set. It's 25-24, Flagler on top of Columbus State, as Columbus State is trying to avoid a 5th set. In 5th sets this season, if it were to come down to that, Columbus State is just 1-1. They beat Quincy in the 5th set while losing to Peach Belt Conference member Georgia College. Flagler has been in 2 5th sets this season, losing both. One to open the season against Southern Indiana, and then against Wingate. And speaking of Wingate ranked 25th in the nation now this season. So a couple of top 25 teams that Flagler has had a chance to play against and gain valuable experience against early in the season. But we'll see if the Cougars decide to go to Megan Frame in this one. They've taken McCarty out. And so Frame and Pereira, the main hitters for the Cougars. Back at the service line is Sturgeon. What a set 4 she's had. Let's see, it is Megan Frame off block. What a huge block there by Davis. And hooks, and Davis comes right back with the kill. not out of play. It is inside the line, says the judges. 26-24. Saints come away with set number 4, and we are going to an end-all be-all set number 5. Buckle up, folks. We're here at the Lumpkin Center. You can't find a better place to play or to be here on a Friday night. Columbus State University, Flagler College, battling deep into a Peach Belt Conference matchup between these two, and they're all tied up at 2 sets apiece. Cougars took set number 1, 25-21. They jumped out to the early lead thanks to Megan Freeman and Johnny Berto Pereira leading the way. Set number 2, there were a number of costly errors for the Cougars early on in that set. They fell behind 20-11, then they went on an 8-0 run, coming all the way back from that deficit. They were down 20-19, but eventually Flagler came away with a 25-22 win. Then in set number 3, from start to finish, that was never a doubt for the Cougars. They took that set 25-14, jumping all over Flagler, and Flagler, what a response from them in set number 4. It was one of the tightest sets as it went back and forth throughout the entire set. And the Cougars had a chance at set point and match point. They couldn't corral it. Just one opportunity that they had, couldn't get it to go, and Flagler came back and came away with the set 4 win to tie things up at 2 apiece. Overall on the stat line, Cougars still out hitting Flagler. It's been that way ever since set number 2, about midway through it. 192 compared to 138 for Flagler. Cougars with 7 service aces, and they've got 8 blocks apiece, and that's one of the more surprising stats, as Flagler, one of the best in the conference, second in the conference in blocks per set at 1.80, but the Cougars have been neck and neck with them this entire match, matching them currently. Two sets apiece. We are heading now to the 5th and final set. Keep in mind the rules. These teams will switch sides of the court after the 8-point. And it is the first one to 15. If it is 14 apiece, you've got to win by 2. Just as in the previous sets. So wipe the scoreboard and wipe everything. It's coming down to a first to 15, win by 2 for these two squads. And a crucial chance for the Cougars to even up their conference play at 3-3. And they're going to need it with their on-deck match against Armstrong State tomorrow. We got McCarty, Bobian, King, Merritt, Pereira, and Rogers out there for the Cougars. On the flip side, still no Valmir. She's taking a seat on the bench for the Saints, and she'll remain there. And it's proved to be a great move by Coach Affolter. The Saints were able to take set number 4, and here we go to start the 5th and final set. The freshman back at the service line at Lake Mary, Florida, Noelle. It almost looked like it was going out, but Pereira keeps it alive, and Bodian comes down with the kill. So a heads-up play for the Cougars to keep that one in play, and Bodian gets Columbus State on top first. Abby King. Sturgeon. Skips. They go reverse set, looking for Bryant. It's blocked at the net, trying to push it over. It was McCarty. They're going to call a double hit there. Looked as though she blocked the first one, but Not happening, one apiece. So back goes Parada. She has a service ace this match. She's got 5 in conference play so far. None happening there. Arriving at the back line was Pereira, but just past the end line and out of play. 2-1 Saints. Parada sends it over again. This time they go McCarty, blocked. King trying to dump kill that one. And out of play there on the kill, an attacking error by Sturgeon. 2-2 in set number 5. Mary McCarty at the service line. See if they go to Davis. They do. She goes cross court, almost got it inside that line. She might have mishit that one off the side of her hand. Cougars take their first lead of set number 5, 3-2. McCarty, another service error from Mary McCarty. A tough one there, and that's her 4th service error this evening, 3-3. Not a time you want to see that service error come into play. Shea Hamilton, one you have to watch out for at the service line. A good return there for the Cougars. See if they can take away this point and get Hamilton off their service line. They can't. That one's kept in play. Miller unable to dig that one up. 4-3. Hooks picking up the kill. That's her 10th kill. 2nd double-digit kill for the Saints. Davis leads away with 13. Bodian, was that offhand? It was! There was a touch. Saints pleading their case. 4-4. Cougars tie this one back. Bodian hitting .333 this evening, right behind Megan Frame at .412. They go reverse set. Davis comes down with her 14th kill this evening. She's creeping up on the 2 kill leaders for Columbus State, McCarty and Pereira at 16 and 15 respectively. Right now 5-4, Saints up 1 in set number 5. Davis is back at the service line. King to Skips. Cross court but dug out by Parada. Oh, Hooks almost came down with the kill and she's going to get it to go. Savannah Miller can't get there in time. 6-4. Largest lead of set number 5. It's 2 points for the Saints. And the Cougars will take a timeout. Well, the last time the Cougars took a timeout in set number 4, they responded with 2 straight points to get back into it at the end of the set. We'll see if this timeout can result in the same for the Cougars. They trail by 2 in set number 5. And coming up big for the Saints has been Sarah Davis and Megan Hooks here in set number 5. Davis with 14 kills overall, Hooks with 11, and they've had 3 straight kills between the 2 of them. A great substitution by Coach Affler, bringing Hooks back into the match. He's the respondent since coming in with 2 straight kills. Six to 4, Cougars trail by 2. They're hitting 183. Flagler still well below them at 138. But the service errors have been something that have killed the Cougars all night tonight, and it's continued on as there was a big service error from Mary McCarty earlier here in this set. We've got 8 the entire night, doubling up Flagler, who has just 4. Davis floats it over. Quick set for Frame. Hooks. Great dig there by Miller, keeping him alive. Pereira down the line. Chihuahua off the block. Miller can't get there again. The substitutions coming at the perfect time for Coach Affler as Chihuahua just came back into the match, and she picks up the kill just as Hooks did the past 2 times. 7-4. Next point for Flagler will switch sides of the court. Cougars desperately need a side out. Pereira barely gets that one over. Hooks is dug out by Merritt. Pereira off the dig, the attempted dig there by Hamilton. A huge side out for the Cougars. It's 7-5. They trail by 2. And this is the time that they have a chance to make a run and a rally here with one of their best servers and one of the best in the entire nation, Sabrina Rogers, the junior out of Iowa City, Iowa. They go to Chihuahua. Off the block, the one-on-one block from Pereira. Trying to dump kill that one, and successfully doing so is Abby King. Right over Hooks. Huge point there. 7-6 Cougars within 1. They rallied 2 straight from the Saints. Rogers floating that one, almost picking up the ace, barely diving there to keep it alive as Hamilton. King almost trying to pick up another jump kill, and there's the whip, there's the call there. Cougars were hoping for it. Chihuahua with the error, 7-7. 3 straight for the Cougars. The timeout proving to be a big advantage for the Cougars. Rogers. This time they go to Hooks down the line. 8-7. Boy, just as it's been the entire match, why not keep it as close as possible once again? They'll switch sides after being at 7 apiece. 8-7. Flagler in front of Columbus State University. We're here at the Lumpkin Center in a crucial Peach Belt Conference matchup. Columbus State has to take on the other co-Peach Belt Conference leader in Armstrong State tomorrow. What an opportunity they have to come away with a win against the co-leader Flagler here. Oh boy, off tape and picking up the ace there was Savisky. Nothing you can do about that one. Savisky picks up just her 2nd ace this season. Oh, Merritt with the overpass. Oh, what a save there. Not allowing Hooks to get the kill. They'll give him the free ball, though. Savisky goes back to Hooks. Off block. Kept alive. Chihuahua, too far. 9-8. Oh, the Cougars escaped on that one. The overpass was set up beautifully for Hooks, but a massive block there for the Cougars, keeping that alive. Pereira at the service line. Hooks off the block. 10-8. It's been the Hooks show here in set number 5 for Flagler. And she has a chance to keep that rolling back at the service line. She has just 4 service errors this season. Almost picked up an ace there. McCarty down the line. She gets it to go across court. On the line, that was. 10-9. I say down the line because, well, she's been going diagonally this entire match. That is her line. Megan Frame walks back to the service line. 10-9. Cougars down 1. Sturgeon rolls it over. King arriving is Pereira. Reverse set, picking up the kill there is Bryant, 11-9. Every time the Cougars get within one, Flagler responds. A timeout taken here at the Lumpkin Center. Cougars down to 11-9. This is the fifth and final set. Flagler 0-2 in fifth sets this season. Columbus State University 1-1. Both of these squads have been in this situation just twice this season. For each of them, their third time. Columbus State, as a program in their history, is 0-6 against Flagler. They have never won a match. If there ever was a chance to do so, they had an opportunity earlier in set number 4 when they had a match point. Couldn't get it done. They were up 2-1. And now we're here in set number 5, and they've been trailing this entire set. Two and 3 in the conference so far. Chance to even that up. Flagler tied with Armstrong State at 2-0. 3 straight home matches for the Columbus State Cougars. They got tonight, tomorrow, and then Tuesday against Fort Valley State, an out-of-conference matchup, their final one of the season. We're focused on today, though, and right here it's Norelli, the freshman. McCarty, the senior, says, take that, Norelli. 11-10. Will they keep getting within one? Can they finally cross that threshold? Cougars, chance to tie it up right here with their best server at the line. Oh, what a serve. Barely keeping it alive. Cougars have a chance here. They go to McCarty. Trying to push this down the line, and she goes! It kisses the back corner line. 11-11. A controlled hit there. Back-to-back kills by Mary McCarty. They go reverse set to Bryant. Well, that's the second time this set they've gone reverse to Bryant, and she's come up with the kill both times. 12-11, Saints retake the lead. Bryant's work is done. She takes a seat on the bench. Back to the service line is Parada. She had 2 service aces in their last match. King to McCarty. Off the block, kept alive by Norelli. A miss hit there, and it's going to be a free ball to the Cougars. King again to McCarty. Trying to pick out the space, barely kept alive by Parada. Another free ball. This time they go to Skips. Kept alive. Punched over by Davis. Cougars, a 4th chance. McCarty still kept alive. Another free ball. Merritt. Oh, a miss hit there by Kylie Bodian. 13-11. Well, you can't say the Cougars didn't have their chances on that rally. 5 opportunities for the Cougars, including that might have been 2 or maybe even 3 free balls that were sent over there. Unable to come up with a critical point, and it's 13-11. McCarty! 13-12. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got a barn burner here at the Lumpkin Center. 13-12, Flagler up 1. We're tied at 2 sets apiece and a timeout taken. Well, the Cougars brought Malaysia Stallworth in there on the last point. Didn't get a hit there. We'll see if Coach Cornett keeps Stallworth out there. She hasn't been in this entire match. She didn't play last game as well, but she's been a important member, important underclassmen member as well for the Cougars, just a sophomore out of Loganville, Georgia. 13-12 the score. Flagler up by 1. We are in set number 5. Columbus State hitting 192 compared to just 140 for Flagler. Leading the way in kills is Mary McCarty. She's got 20. this evening. Zoemi Pereira right behind her with 16. Merritt and King leading the way in the digs department. Merritt with 28, King with 24. King also with 44 assists for the Cougars. The all-time program record for digs in 5 sets is 28 by Caitlin Merritt, and she has 28 tonight. So she's tied her own program record that she set. Oh, McCarty, another service error. That's her second one this set, and it gives match point to Flagler. They'll have 2 of them here. What a comeback it's been for Flagler. After losing set number 3, 25-14, they were just blown out of the water. They gutted one out in set number 4, coming away facing a match point. And they came away with the 26-24 victory. Now the Cougars are facing a match point. Can they keep this one alive? 14-12. Match point in Hamilton back at the service line. Oh, a service error from Hamilton, one of their best servers. Oh, that was a crucial error for the Saints. It's 14-13. Match point again. Match point number 2 for Flagler. Merritt sends it over. Let's see if they go to Davis. No, they're going to go to Hooks. Merritt digs it out. That's a new program record for Merritt. And almost coming up with the kill there is Pereira, but barely keeping it alive is Flagler. Another kill, what a kill right there by Flame! 14 apiece! Oh, Megan Flame coming up with the timely kill. We're all tied up, and now timeout taken by Flagler. How about that? Can't get any more dramatic than you're seeing here this evening. 14 apiece in set number 5. Again, it's the first to win by 2 when you get to 14 apiece. So no match point yet. And Caitlin Merritt has a new program record for digs in 5 sets with 29. The overall program record for digs in a total match is Caitlin Merritt with 31. She got that in 4 sets. And she picked it up earlier this season. So she's still a couple digs away. Right now, Cougars are more worried about the scoreboard. They were down 14-12. And they reeled off 2 straight to come back and tie this one up. And now they have a chance to finally take the lead in set number 5. Cougars' last lead in set 5 was when they scored the first point at 1-0. Hooks blocked at the net. Double block there by Skips and Frame. Davis. Oh boy, Davis just punching it over and picks up the kill. Miller wasn't there. It's 15-14, third match point for the Saints. And Davis will get the honors after picking up the kill. Crowd on their feet here at the Lumpkin Center. Davis. They set up Frame. Oh, what a dig right there by Davis. She claps as she dug it out. Everyone misses it. No one touched it, it looked like, but they're going to say it went off hands there. And Flagler comes away with the 16-14 win in set number 5. A devastating loss for the Columbus State University Cougars. Well, it's a heartbreaker here at the Lumpkin Center. The Cougars were in it the entire match and even had their own match point back in set number 4, but were unable to seal the deal after a dominating third set performance. This is one that the Cougars may remember throughout the season, but an opportunity and a chance to learn from their mistakes. The one they let get away from them. They had a chance to even things up in conference play at 3-3, but they'll fall to 2-4 in conference play, and Flagler will remain at the top of the conference with this victory, improving to 3-0 in conference play, tied up top with Armstrong State. And speaking of Armstrong State, the Cougars will be facing them, the other conference leader, tomorrow afternoon. So a brutal back-to-back scheduling here as the Cougars face two of the best in the entire Peach Belt Conference, and that is why they so desperately needed to come away with that win tonight against Flagler. Tough one for Columbus State. That'll wrap things up here at the Lumpkin Center. Cougars out-hit Flagler 193 to 146. They even had less attacking errors. I mean, this is just all the stats point in favor of the Cougars. Just a couple of service errors, though, in that fifth and final set, and that ended up dooming them as Flagler comes away with the 3-2 victory. That'll wrap things up here at the Lumpkin Center. Make sure you come down here tomorrow afternoon as the Cougars will take on Armstrong State. And live here on CSU TV tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. We'll be out at the Walden Soccer Complex as the Cougars will be taking on the Lander Bearcats. Well, for everyone here at the Lumpkin Center, for the Columbus State Cougars and the Flagler College Saints, I'm Corey Aldis. Our final here, Flagler takes this one 3-2 over Columbus State. We'll see y'all next time.